Good afternoon, audience. This is the Hotness and Sweetly, and welcome back to another edition of our show, Restaurant Magic. And we're just so happy you're here. Sweetly and I, we've just been having a ball connecting with other restaurant owners, chefs, sous chefs. I mean, I'm just in heaven. What about you, Sweetly?
You know it. And now today we have a food truck. Yes, and I am so excited about interviewing her. As a matter of fact, we just threw down with some fish, string beans, and she had grilled corn.
Grilled corn, y'all, and it was fried trout. Okay, it came out piping hot, the way you like it, the way the hotness like.
I love hot food, but it was flavorful too. But we won't keep going on and babbling. We'll go ahead and get this interview started.
Yes, audience. We have Tawonna Bess, and she's with Bess Seafood Catering here in Raleigh,
North Carolina.
Hey now.
Hi.
So welcome, Tawonna. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I hope you are.
Oh, I am. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're excited you're here. Sweetly had told me all about your food, and I think you had cooked it. Was it fried chicken on that occasion?
No, it was fish again. I'm just hooked on the fish right now.
I love fried fish, audience. My bad, Tawonna.
It's okay.
But she told me about your cooking, and I was just like, oh my gosh, we have to find her. So thank you so much. So
Yes,
how did you get started with cooking?
Well, I started when I was a child. I lived with my grandmother, and so she taught us how to cook at an early age. I'm the oldest of four, so I started cooking around 7 years old.
Okay, the age of 7?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I was like watching maybe Barney and My Little Pony. I was not thinking about being on the stove. What about you, Sweetly?
Well, I was looking, but I didn't cook anything. But I'd like to know what type of dish did you cook at age 7?
Well, fried chicken and fish
Okay.
are
Was messing
staples.
with Grace?
Yes.
Girl, what was you standing on a hot chair?
Yes.
Okay.
What? Who do we report this to? We're joking, audience. We're very happy that your grandmother had you standing on that stair stool.
Yes.
Frying chicken and fish.
Yes. Those were the first two things I learned how to cook.
What's your grandma's name?
Her name is Krista Collins.
All right. Shout out to Grandma Collins.
Sorry, Tawonna. Go ahead.
Okay. And so my love for cooking started then because, of course, I was introduced to it at an early age, and I just grew up cooking. That was what I did. And when I went to college, everybody wanted me to cook their food.
Oh, wow. All right. So
I would be your best friend in college. Go ahead, Tawonna. Sorry.
So, and I grew up on the East Coast, so seafood is very plentiful. You could eat fish every day, and most of the times we did because, like I said, it's very plentiful. So, everybody pretty much from that side of North Carolina knows how to cook seafood really well.
So when was it established that Tawonna can cook? I mean, what do they say? Oh my God, I want some of Tawanna's food. I mean, when was it established? How did you know that you were the one?
Well, I would say my church family definitely are responsible for 50% of my confidence with cooking because I cook a lot for my church. I'm actually over the hospitality department at my church, and so I would say my church family definitely encouraged me to pursue this.
Wow. And of course, the name of your catering truck is Best Soulfood Catering, and I know that Tawonna Bess is your last
Yes,
name,
ma'am.
so that wasn't hard.
It wasn't hard.
It wasn't hard at all. Was that the plan?
It was the plan. I wanted to
Okay.
incorporate my name in it in some way,
Mhm.
but I know a lot of people can't pronounce Tawonna because it's spelled maybe differently than what some people have seen it before. So I thought Bess is the best option at the time.
And Bess is Bess.
Yes, ma'am.
So just in case, audience, you want to go out there and Google, be sure you use Bess. And you had mentioned that on the East Coast that they know how to fry seafood well. What do you mean by that?
Because, so the seafood is very fresh, so you can't overcook it. And that's part of the problem with what a lot of people, when they cook seafood at home, they overcook it.
I know I do that with shrimp. So what is the thing for shrimp to not be overcooked, Tawonna?
Well, actually, shrimp takes the least amount of time to cook.
Okay.
So just don't get it too hard because it's not meant to be hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fry it lightly.
Fry it lightly,
short
golden
amount of
brown.
time.
Yes. Because really, if you're deep frying it, it takes max maybe 2.5 minutes.
Wow.
Depending on the
Wow.
size.
I've been like just doing it wrong.
Me too. They're probably chewing rubber talking about good. See how nice people are.
When you cook it too hard, you actually dry it out.
Yes. And it's rubbery.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why we short time with the cooking. And so what about your fish?
Same thing with the fish. I like my fish crunchy, but you have to have the temperature high enough so when it hits the grease, it just starts to cook and it seals in the juices and the flavor. So you don't want to put it in low temperature oil because it makes it soft.
Soggy fish.
Yes.
Not the answer.
Not
audience.
the answer. Not the answer.
So what is your batter? Some
I
people
use a mixture.
Cornmeal, some people use flour.
I use a mixture. I use part flour and part seafood breader.
Okay.
Most people either use either or, but I like the texture of the seafood with that blend. So I use part flour and part seafood breader.
Okay. Well, you guys, listen. We are here, and this is
Maitland Drive,
and the number is.
It is 3560 Maitland Drive.
We're here now, enjoying this wonderful fish, and tell us some of the other things you have on your menu.
We have hot dogs today. We have beef and regular hot dogs. We have brat sausages. We have corn on the cob that's grilled. We have green beans. We have fries. We have slaw. And we have chips for those who just want, something quick. So we have that too. And, of course, ice cold beverages.
And how long we're going to be here today, Tawonna?
We're going to be out here until about 7 o'clock.
All right.
So if you want to come, you have time.
Great. Now, we're going to go on a serious note. Establish a business, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of dedication. Just inform our listeners a little bit about what they need to do if they want to succeed in their vision, if they have something like this.
If you have a vision, you have to work your vision. The vision is there for a reason, and it's not just going to happen. You have to make it happen. You have to put in the work. You have to have what I call a game plan, and then you have to have a backup plan, because sometimes your first plan may not work the way that you want it to work, or you might find some roadblocks. So always have a backup plan, and make sure that you're dedicated to your vision, because nobody's going to be dedicated to your vision if you're not dedicated to your vision.
Exactly.
Because it's your vision. So don't expect people to feel the same way you feel about your vision. You have to make sure that you know that this is for you, this is what you want to do, and you have to pursue it with everything that you have. And sometimes it takes great sacrifice.
Yes.
If you have a family, it may take sacrificing family vacations. It may take sacrificing sleep because you're staying up late nights or early mornings, especially if you have a job and you're trying to make your dream come true. Some of us are in positions that we can't just stop our regular jobs and focus totally on our vision. So we have to have a balance. We have to multitask. So make sure that you stay focused on what it is that you want to do, and set small goals, because if you accomplish smaller goals, then you can see the bigger picture more clearly. But if you try to bite off too much at one time, you get discouraged because it's not happening fast enough, or you run into multiple roadblocks or things that may be out of your control. So make sure you accomplish smaller goals to get to your bigger goal.
The Best Soul Food catering. Now, did that mean you do more than just set up outside?
I do, yes. I also cater for weddings and church events and parties and things of that nature. So we do a lot. We're full service catering operation.
That's just awesome. Like, what's the largest number of people that you have to cater for?
Ooh, I did the Zetas sorority.
Okay.
Their annual scholarship program luncheon. I did that for 2 years in a row, and that was a great success.
Wow. And how many people do you do?
Upwards of 100.
Wow.
Yes.
That is so awesome, Tawonna. And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for about 7 or 8 years.
Right. And do you do this alone? Do you have any help?
I do have help. I have
Shout
my
out to the help.
That's right.
Lord, shout out to the help, because you
Yeah.
have to have help.
Yeah.
In anything you do, you can't do it by
Yeah.
yourself. So I have a wonderful family, and I have a great
Yeah.
and wonderful church family, and I love them both dearly, and they're here to help me when I need help. So I'm very appreciative of both of my families.
And what makes your food different from anybody else's food?
I always say I don't feel like I'm the best cook, because I know a lot of great cooks, but I know that I put a lot of love.
There it is, that word.
That love.
I put a lot of love in what I do. Like I said, I was up late last night,
Mhm.
preparing for today. So I don't take it lightly. I'm really serious about what I do. And anytime you have a product, you have to make sure your product is good, because there's so many other options. So I put a lot of love and time in what I do.
Do you have a like a signature dish?
I don't want to brag,
Uh-oh, here we go.
Go ahead,
but I
brag.
promise you, my turkey wings are to die for. I love my own turkey wings.
And how do you cook your turkey wings?
I fry them or I bake them.
Oh, wow.
My family right now was on the fried turkey wing kick, so now I have to fry them, quite often. But I love them baked with the gravy as well.
And you do this in the house?
Yes, but I'm also going to add that to my food truck menu, fried turkey wings.
I mean, turkey wings are humongous.
They are, but they're delicious.
Oh yeah, I'm just thinking about frying them, Sweetly. How good is that?
Dip them in a pot of oil, or do you
Yes.
turn them like you do fried chicken? Or?
You do it just like you do fried chicken.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yep, and
I
they're
can't
they're
wait.
delicious.
I can't wait. So when? How soon is that gonna be? on
Not
your-
today. We're gonna add that. We're gonna add that. We're definitely
The
gonna add
hotness
that.
loves to eat, but you can't tell.
No, we can't tell. We can't tell.
I'm sorry. I just love to eat great food. And Tawonna, that your fried trout, it was really delicious.
Thank
I
you
was
so
sitting
much.
here enjoying it, and then someone named Sweetly came up and just, she helped herself, and I didn't mind sharing, because I was just like, yes, feel free, go ahead. But it was really good.
Giving me the eye at the same time. But look, those string beans were the bomb too. So your late night, early morning endeavor was not in vain.
Okay, good,
'Cause
great.
They
I'm glad
were
they were delicious.
awesome, Tawonna.
Thank you so
awesome.
much.
And we just want you to tell the people like how they can get in contact with
They
you.
can reach me at 919-332-7466, or they can reach me by email at ttbest5@gmail.com, or they can contact me on Facebook at Tawonna Bess.
We love it. We love it. So one question I have is, what does your family think about you? Are you the best cook in your family?
Probably at this point, yes.
Uh-oh. Okay.
But my grandmother, she still is the queen of the kitchen. She's still the queen of the kitchen. She's older now, so we don't let her cook a whole lot. And she doesn't eat as much because she's older now. But when she's in the kitchen, she's still the queen of the kitchen.
But the torch has been passed to you
The
right
torch
now.
was passed to me years ago. So yeah.
Well, what I wanted to ask you, you were speaking about your grandma and everything, and the type of foods that you cook, now, are you towards catering to maybe the health part of your foods? Like, I see a lot of things are fried, you got your streams and everything, but for those health nuts that are out there, is there anything on your menu or that you're going to bring to your menu?
We actually discussed that. A lot of people are doing like vegan. So we want to incorporate some vegan items in the near future, because we all should be thinking about our health. What street vendor food is mostly fried, and it's mostly very comforting food.
Yes.
But we were talking about that a couple weeks ago, some items that we can options that we can have for people who are more health conscious. Even with our beverages, we didn't have diet sodas. Now we have diet sodas for people who prefer diet drinks. So we're adding things, slowly but surely. We're going to have, options for, people who may want other things.
Okay. And where do you see yourself in a couple years? I know you got the mobile food truck and catering that you got going on.
I would love to pursue it full time, but in order to do that, you have to have your clientele, and you have to be consistent. You have to have consistency. So that's one of my goals, to be able to do this full time, because it's something that I love to do and that I'm comfortable with doing. So So, yeah.
Right. Well, we look forward to you. I tell you, the food, I know you're going to go places. And I know God has many, many awesome
Thank you
plans
so
for you, Tawonna.
much.
And not just knowing you for your food, but just for your personality as
Oh,
well.
thank you.
I've been knowing this chick a long time. So, and it's just every time I see her, it's not often, but every time there's always a good time.
Yes, ma'am.
And just
And the
smiles
feeling
on
was
her face.
mutual.
So I know her food is cooked with love as well. I've eaten a plenty of it. But listen, audience, we are where we are. And Hotness, what you got to say?
Oh, I wanted the Tawana to share with the audience one more time on how they can get in touch with you.
They can reach me at 919-332-7466, or they can reach me by email at ttbest5@gmail.com, or they can contact me on my Facebook page at Tawonna Bess.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead, Sweetly.
All right, listeners, this has been the
Hotness
and Sweetly checking out what Best Soul Food Catering is all about.
Shouldn't laws be black and white? Doesn't everyone deserve the same treatment? For 15-year-old Gemini Berry, the answers are obvious. But then a crime shocks Gemini's small town, and she learns that many adults see things in shades of gray. In Mika Chanel's novel, Just as the Sky is Blue, Gemini Berry is forced to grow up fast when her mother agrees to play a central role in a sensational murder trial that tears her small town apart. As the trial spins out of control, secrets are revealed and old debts are settled, and Gemini's life is ultimately changed forever. Order Mika Chanel's book, Just as the Sky is Blue. Just as the Sky is Blue is available on Amazon.com, Kindle, and Audible.com.